Good morning, ladybugs. Well, it's morning for me. Give me a minute to put a few things in, make sure my sound's working. All right, we have sound. I'm going to put in a few links that you may need later. Give people time to join us. Hi, Charlene. My friend Charlene is here from Louisiana. Hi, Regine. Hi, Joy. Okay. Got a few things to talk about. Let's talk about this first. If you type in exclamation point notify, no space, all together, okay, in the comments of one of my lives, you will get an audible notification when I go live. I try to go live on Wednesday and Sunday. Tuesday I'll be live in the private vintage tin class. I put a link to that. Not too late to join, okay? You can join anytime. The lives will always be there. What else? I have a list here that I want to talk about. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Robin from Canada. Hi, Robin from Canada. All right, Sherry, you got it. You'll get the notification. And make sure I'm saying. Oh, there's Claire, my good friend Claire. Hi, sweetheart. Hold on, I lost my feed. Hi, Lisa from Illinois. My husband's from Illinois. All right, let's get some business out of the way, okay? Yesterday, or my last public live, I talked about the Jovanex non-opioid medication I'm taking for my back. It's still working really well. I'm so thankful. I forgot to mention this because I was so excited talking about how good my back felt. It's very expensive, okay? It's like $400+ without insurance. Hi, Shannon. With my insurance, it was $100. And when my husband went to pick it up for me, and our pharmacist, who we know because we've gone to the same pharmacy for years, he says, you know what, let me go on their website and see if they have any coupon codes or anything that they're offering. So he did that, and I got my prescription for $30. So if you talk to your doctor and you think that, hi Linda, hi Carol, and you think that this is something you might want to try, I'm going to type in the name right now in case you weren't on the live the other day. That's the name of the medication. Um, I'll tell you what, it's changed my life. It works. It's working for me, okay? And then do the whole thing with the pharmacy and see if they can call and get a better deal for you, okay? Let's jump in. What do you say? Let's just jump right in. Get rid of that. I got my notes right here. So, the other day I was talking to my new friend, Susie. And we were talking about shapes and how they fit in the snow globe mold, and how you lose a lot of the shape sometime. Hi, Robin. So that led me to experiment a little bit in one of the programs that I use to design my printables with. And what I needed was a template this size, a drag and drop template, okay? Hi, Robin from Colorado. It's drag and drop. It needed to be this size, and there was nothing. So I had to create a drag and drop template. If you're not like on any of these programs, you probably don't know what that means. I've never created one of those before. I sat for 4 hours and watched YouTube videos, and I finally figured it out, because then you've got to make sure that the image is centered. So you've got to resize your 8.5 by 11 page, but you don't want to lose any of the composition. It was 4 hours. I feel so smart. I did it, you guys. I did it. And so here's why that's a big deal. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Natalie. Here's why that's a big deal. Here's a snow globe mold, okay? I'm going to get you a little bit closer. What we've been doing is I've been giving you almost 4-inch images. And what you've had to do is kind of if you wanted to get the entire steeple, you really couldn't. If you wanted to get the barn doors here, you'd have to, I'm going to fold this here so I can show you. You would fold it here, and that's the straight line. And so you'd put that there, okay? You'd have a little bit, but you'd still lose some steeple, so you'd have to fold it even more and lose even more of whatever was at the bottom, okay? You'd probably get something more like this. Yeah, now you can get the steeple, okay? And then it went side to side, and so that's kind of what you would get. Designing them the new way, they're in this format, okay? I measured, I'm going to cut this one out because this is the one we're going to use, and I'm going to show you the difference. I'm very, very grateful to Susie for, we talked about this for quite some time, and she really inspired me to see what I could do about it, and turns out there was something I could do about it. So moving forward, my snow globe printables will be in this format, and you're going to see in a minute why that's important and why it's such a big deal. I'll still do the almost 4-inch images because those fit really well in 2 of the biblo ornament. The little almost 4-inch circles fit here and fit here beautifully. Okay, so I'll still do those. But for snow globes, we're going to do them this way from now on because we don't lose any of the bottom of the image, and that's a big deal. There's a lot of good stuff going on at the bottom, okay? So I had to measure and see. I hope I'm not boring you. I had to measure and see, you know, I had to make sure it went from side to side. So now when you cut it out, the very bottom is the end of your design, okay? And I centered them so now look how much of the bottom of that you get. You still get your steeple. If you wanted to cut off a little bit more and get a little bit more of the steeple, you certainly could. I don't care that much about the steeple. I'm more interested in this beautiful red barn, okay? So from side to side it fits all the way down here. When we decoupage it on, we'll just sand this off just like this, okay, all the way around. But it's such a better fit. Look at the fit of that versus the fit of this. And I prefer having lots more stuff at the bottom because I was losing so much design. And I've got all of this now, and yeah, I prefer this. So moving forward, the snow globe images will come to you in this kind of rectangle, and this is how they fit. Okay, thank you, whoever that was. Thanks, Charlene. Charlene says it's perfect. I don't know about perfect, but it's pretty darn good. I'm excited about it. Um, so thank you, Susie, for inspiring me. All right. What else was I going to talk to you about? Um, let's talk about this. Somebody brilliant, her name is Cindy. She's over in the Creative Tribe. Not my idea. I wish it was. It was Cindy's idea, and so I want to make sure that I give a shout out to her over in the Creative Tribe. She decided that you could take the conservatory mold, which is this mold. It's an older mold, okay? And you could make any one of these. I want to do this one because that's really something. Any one of these. If you made resin, there's a particular way to do it. If you use hot glue, it could not have been easier. I made my mold. I painted it. I made my snow globe. I painted it. I took the nozzle of my glue gun. This isn't on, so don't worry about it. I took the nozzle of, we'll do one together live, but I'm just giving you just the highlights. And I made kind of like a little trough right here. And then I laid some hot glue in it. And then I took the snow globe and I just held it there until it cooled. Look, could you die? I'm so excited. Now we have another option. Now they don't just have to be ornaments that hang on the tree or magnets. They're freestanding. They can stand on their own. I'm so excited about this. And so we're going to use this one today. I have, if you don't have this, yeah, it's a great base, Robin. I mean, yeah. I see something like that and I think, why didn't I think of that? And I didn't think of it, but I'm glad somebody did. Cindy thought of it over in the Creative Tribe. Let me light my candles so it smells good out here. So the conservatory mold is an older mold. If you have one, awesome. If you don't have one, I'm going to pre-order these on Wednesday. I put a link in the beginning of the comments. If you want one, it's a pre-order. Go ahead and order it. And then when I see how many orders I have on Wednesday, that's how many I'll order. Okay? So it is a pre-order. I get my stuff really quick from Iron Orchid, like 2 days, and so within a week it'll be in the mail to you. All right, let's play. So I'm doing this here, which, oh, I love this image so much. This image speaks to me a lot. Yeah, I didn't lose much of my steeple at all. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, I had a little bit of white right here. I'm gonna cut that off. What I've not decided yet, because I've got 10 things going at once, I've not decided what color I want to do yet. I think I want to paint my base this deep, deep, deep red color, and I'll have to mix two colors together. I'll mix espresso, pink couture, espresso, and red velvet. I'll mix those together and get a deep, deep red like that. And I think I'll paint this. And you know, I generally add gold, and we might. I always say I'm not going to, and then at the end I add it. What I really would like to do is just dry brush the linen farmhouse over it, which is this color. So it kind of gives that snow effect. But we'll see. We'll see when we get there if I can refrain from doing that. So this is from the Red Christmas Barns, and there's lots of, I think there's 8 snow globe image barns. I mean, they're just beautiful. Some have Christmas trees in front of them. And then there's 2 images with Santa pulling a sleigh. Okay, and that's in the new, and there's a link in the comments. I know, Regine. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, what else can I make? I thought, ooh, a red barn in the snow. Bingo. So that's what I made. Right now I'm working on some new printables. I haven't named it yet. See, I've made this color before. Um, but it has, oh, it has robin redbreasts and monarch butterflies and beautiful mushrooms and chrysanthemums and different colored pumpkins. It's luscious. I want to get a couple more fall things out there before we just, collapse into Christmas altogether. Because I love fall. Fall's actually my favorite. Christmas, it runs second. I'm not gonna lie. I'm more of a fall girl than a Christmas girl. Okay, so I'm gonna mix up that, like I said, that color, and I'm gonna use espresso and red velvet from Paint Couture. Um, Linda Baker, if you're here, will you put a link in for Robin, for Robin's song, for her products? I thought I saw you in here. Yeah, you are here. Would you mind doing that, Linda? I would really appreciate it because, the clipboard only holds so much, and I lost the link for her. I could go back and get it, but if you're here and you would do that, I would certainly appreciate it. Okay, so here I've got just that's a little dark. That's very dark. Let's add some more red to that. That's very dark. Another little brush full of red in there. That's more like it. Not bright red, but that pretty kind of, it's not really maroon either. It's more of a burnt kind of, remember burnt peanuts that you used to eat when you were a little kid? That's what this color reminds me of. Okay, so I'm going to paint everything this color, except for this. Oh yeah, that matches really nicely. Yeah. Thank you, whoever that was. Oh, that's right. You know what, Linda? I'll take a minute like when something's drying or something, and I'll get a link that people can just click on. I forgot about that, about Facebook doing that. Somebody else can't put a link in one of my lives. Only I can do it, and so I'd like to make it easy for people to get to Robin. So when we're waiting for this to dry, I'll go get a link and put it in there. But thank you, Linda. My little pea brain is so full right now, you guys. We did almost a 2.5 hour live in the private class yesterday with the Christmas tin, and we got our tin all finished. And wasn't it fun, Charlene? It went really, really well, and so that's in there. If you want to join us, I put a link. It's not too late to join. Thank you, whoever that was. It's not too late to join. The lives will always be there, ready to view at your convenience. Making sure I've got the bottom of it. Oh man, look at that. That's a beautiful color. Really pretty. And I'm gonna dry brush it with farmhouse linen to make it look like kind of going after a snow effect. Now listen, I say I'm not going to put gold. I might put gold on the base. Knowing me, if I had to guess, I'll probably put gold everywhere. I always say I'm not going to, and then, I mean, it's gold. It's just so good. When I have, I work in hot glue, so sometimes you get like little bubbles. I just take my brush and do a little wiggle like that, and it fills those right in. And now they just look like kind of like wear, and it makes it look aged. Hi, Tina. Tina, it's a color that I mixed up using Paint Couture Espresso and Red Velvet, and I just mixed them together until I got as close to the color of my barn as I could get. I think I did pretty well. I want to be careful here. I don't want to get any red on here because that image is very, very light. So I'm going to just drag my brush along here, and it would show through if I got it. It's a little more challenging to work after you've attached the base, but not impossible. Okay. There we go. So cool. And now what's cool about that is I can paint the back while we're at it, while I still have this fresh paint. I'll paint the back, and I'll probably put like some gold foil transfers on it to dress the back up. So I'm going to paint the entire back of the mold. Well, I got the paint out, you know, and it's not dried yet. Don't you love this little stand idea? Thank you so much, Cindy, for being so brilliant and thinking of that. I'm just so impressed. It's like, you know, that mold's right there in my drawer. I didn't think of it. Oh no, I used too much red. Let me see if I can get some back in the bottle. Oh, don't you hate to waste paint? I do. All right, there. I'm quite frugal, so I'm going to mix up a little bit more of this dark red and give this another coat. Remember those burnt peanuts you used to get when you were a kid? That's what this color is. Another coat so it looks nice. And then this will be all ready for me to put. I'm fairly sure I'll put a gold foil transfer on the back of this to make it nice. Because now it's standing up. Now people can see the front and the back, right? I mean, I finish everything on the back, but there we go. So now we've got a nice, dark, beautiful coverage on the back. Perfect. All right. I want to add just a little bit more on this bottom part. Dying to get to the decoupage part, you guys. All right, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Maybe lay a board behind it to make a flat surface so you can work on the front. That would be an idea. I could actually just hang it off the edge of my table here. Thank you, Robin. I'm going to cover my paint with some plastic just in case we, you know, you never know. You never know what might happen. Let's give this a little touch of heat. Dry this. Oh, look what I did. What a nitwit. I just grabbed the back, put big fingerprints in it. Oh, good. It was wet enough that they that they came out. Note to self: don't grab the back. Hold it by the sides. See, this is what I'm talking about. That needs a little touch. Sometimes after paint dries, it's maybe you don't have as much coverage as you thought you had. That's an odd sound. Thank you, Robin. Okay. Back to drying. Where's my dryer? Right in front of me. And I will seal this. Yeah, a lot of robins today, yeah. I'll seal this. Thank you, whoever that was. I will seal this. That's my little Shopify app. It makes like a little cash register sound whenever you guys are nice enough to purchase from me. Anyway, what I was saying is, not on camera, but when this is dry, I'll put a coat of Paint Couture satin top coat, because transfers like transferring to something that's got a little bit of grip to it. Oh, good, you just ordered the mold. Good, sweetie. You know that's a pre-order, right? So it'll be about a week to 10 days before you get that. Here's the thing. I don't want to order a bunch of them and get stuck with them. I'm sitting on so much inventory, so I thought, well, dummy, why don't you do a pre-order, and then you'll know exactly how many to order. So sometimes I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree. But you know what? I figured out how to make a drag and drop template, and that was, I'm pretty impressed, let's just say. Okay, now that's oh, okay, doll. Was that you that just made the cash register sound? You got it. You got it. I'll ship everything together. Save you on shipping. And then I'll refund your shipping to you on the mold. I'm just looking to see if I've got any little white spots that I missed, and I do. And that's why you kind of leave your brush handy. Okay. Let's decoupage. Soft brush for decoupage. This is a nice soft brush. I'll bring it close. Here's our image. Okay. You always decoupage on a light color. Oh, look how beautiful that's going to be. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to get my decoupage medium. Linda was busy working on her Altoids tin and she lost track of time. Girl, I'm everywhere. I'm live 24/7, it seems. Although I am taking tomorrow off, and then Tuesday we'll be back in the private class, and then Wednesday we'll be doing our regular Wednesday live. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, since I know that this is my bottom, I'm going to start with just putting, wow, that's a lot. I'm going to start with just putting like maybe about an inch of, maybe an inch of decoupage medium, just right along this line right here, to kind of anchor things. Okay, so there's that. Now, making sure that it fits from side to side, okay, because you don't want to have like white hanging out on either side. Tuck that down there, tight as it can get, right on there. Let's see if that's a good, yeah, that's good. Okay, so now it's anchored. Okay, so now I can come in underneath. Oh, it's so pretty. Now I can come in underneath and finish with decoupage. I'll decoupage the whole thing because now I know that it's in the place that I want it. Okay, and then I've got a little piece of plastic here. Okay, and I'm just gonna start smoothing things out. Just a little bit with my fingers right at first because that decoupage medium soaks through pretty quickly, and then the paper will stick to your fingers. And then you can come in with plastic and it won't stick to the plastic as readily as it would to your fingers. There's a little ledge right here that I want to make sure I'm getting really good adhesion because we're going to be sanding that off. And then I'll give a nice little tuck along here. Look at that. It's kind of pretty square, isn't it? So then if we fold these back, we can see that we're very nicely centered. Yeah, that's going to be beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to give that a minute to dry. I'm going to get a little bit of heat. And yeah, I love barns too, Claire. And it's so funny, right away I had several people from Wisconsin buy this printable. So I guess I'm not assuming, I know for a fact that there's lots of barns in that part of the country. So yeah. So you guys, you know I'm global, right? Which is so funny for me to say. Last night I'm sitting there and my little Shopify store goes off, like boom, 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 like almost 3 times in a row. I sold printables to France, New Zealand, and Australia. And the one that really tickled me was the lady in France bought like 5 of them. And that just makes my heart sing that somebody French likes my stuff, because you know I'm obsessed with French stuff, you know, in Paris. So that like literally made my night. Oh, that's so pretty. All right, I'm gonna give it another little thing, and then I'm gonna take a second. I'll leave this so you guys can look, and I'm gonna get an actual clickable link to Robin's song for the Paint Couture stuff, okay? Because I use all of her paints and potions. All right, and that'll take just one moment. Canada, okay, was that you, Robin? Plus Canada, you're absolutely, you know what, I think of Canada as, I don't know why, but I think of Canada as part of America. I know it's not, but like we're on the same continent, you know? But that's right, I did sell to Canada as well. All right, let me go grab Robin's link. There we go. It was that easy. Now you have a link for Robin if you need anything from Paint Couture. All right, we're gonna give this a little bit more. Now listen, I work in hot glue, okay? So you need to be aware that, thanks, Lori. Yeah, yeah. I'm always singing. It's an old ZZ Top song, and I'll walk through the room and I'll sing it. It's called Nationwide. I'm not going to sing it now because I don't want to torture anybody. But I'll walk through the room and I'll sing it. My husband just laughs. How's it go? I'm bad. I'm nationwide, which I'm actually worldwide, not just nationwide. I have to tell you, no one is more surprised than me that my printables business has taken off like this. I mean, I know I love them, but evidently there's a lot of people out there that love the same exact aesthetic that I do, and that makes me so happy. Anyway, my point was, before I got distracted, was when you're drying your decoupage on hot glue, keep that heat moving, because your hot glue will soften, okay? You've got to be very, very aware of that, all right? Keep it moving. And again, I'm glad that I saved my paint, because I still have some areas here that I'm not crazy about the coverage that I got. So, of course, I'm playing with fire going right next to this paper. Okay, there, I got it better. Check for little white spots. There's one down there on the base. Looking good. How thrilled are you about this, that they stand up? I am so thrilled. Look, it stands up. Ugh, makes me so happy. I mean, how many ornaments can you make for the tree? I mean, you could make a lot of them, you know, but I love this option. I love this option. It's so cool. So I'm putting hangers and ribbon on all of the snow globes that I've made over the last, I don't know, month and a half. And they'll be up for purchase tomorrow. And I'm keeping the prices really low, because I just want them to go to new homes. So I'm not pricing crazy. So look for those tomorrow. The angels and cherubs, yeah, yes, yeah, that angels and cherubs, oh, so beautiful. Let's talk about that for a second. Look, with the fine line crackle that I get from Robin. Yeah, that's just beautiful. I'm going to put a beautiful white organza hanger on that. And that'll be up for purchase tomorrow. I've got how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 snow globes going up tomorrow for purchase, so keep an eye out. Charlene, that's so nice, honey. And you know what? Everyone I create is like, okay, there's no way I'm going to be able to top this. This is my absolute favorite. And then I do another one. It's like, oh, well, you know what? Turns out this one's my favorite. Here's what I didn't think about. I didn't think about the bottom. So while we still have our paint, let's do the bottom. Want it to be finished everywhere, because eventually this will go to a new home. I rarely keep anything that I make. I have my husband and I laugh that my space looks like King Tut's tomb. I have so much stuff out here. I mean, pieces that I've made, you know, over the last 6 years, and yeah, it's all just sitting here. You know, it's beautiful to look at, but I'm not going to do anything with it. You know, the pieces that I love, I already have in my home, and I've run out of wall space, so. All right. So we've got the bottom of that. Let's give it a little bit of heat. So I'm going to be doing this a lot with the base. So if you don't have a conservatory mold, I'm only ordering as many that are pre-ordered, okay? So just throwing that out there. So now I take my, I think it's called a gator sander, and very gently I stay very much on this top edge here. And now that it's bone dry, I can do this and get a perfect edge, okay? I know that I'll probably put gold there. I don't know that I'm going to put gold everywhere, but I probably will. So again, I'm just staying right on the edge of that and just dragging my little gator sander or a nail file or whatever you have. This is my first time using my new shape, and I gotta tell you, I'm really impressed. Look at that. That's spectacular. I still have some of the steeple. Yeah, that just turned out so beautiful. I'm thinking about fine line crackle on this, but I think there's too much detail, and I think the fine line crackle going across the snow will make it look kind of dirty. Yeah, no fine line crackle on that guy. Nope, nope, nope. All right, here, let's turn this over. So now, my idea was to dry brush with Linen Farmhouse. And I'm going to start dry brushing with this fan brush. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but I'm going to give it a try. I think it might not hold enough paint for what I want to do. Because you have to take most of the paint off, right? And then I usually test it on my hand. Yeah, that's not going to work. I need a real brush. I need a real brush that holds paint on the inside. So I'm just going to kind of load it with Farmhouse Linen. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take most of it out. But it's on the inside bristles. And then I usually test it on my hand. There we go. And the more pressure you put, the more you're going to get. Okay. So my idea is to go across here like this and bring the detail out with the Farmhouse Linen. It reads really white, and that image is very, leans more towards yellow. But I'm going to continue, and we'll see what we think. I can already tell you that I'm putting gold on this. And it'll look beautiful with the white. It'll look beautiful. If I had, hold on. I have a color called Spanish Sunrise. And it's almost the color of that paper. What if I dry brushed with Spanish Sunrise? Would that be weird? Let's try it. Let's try it and see what happens. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. That speaks to me. And what I'll do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to make this piece that goes right on here, I'm going to make that solid. Yeah. Yes, that's better. Isn't that better? Everybody agrees? Yeah, I'll make these solid. I need to put a little bit of water in this. It's a little on the thick side. I think that's all the dry brushing I'm going to do. Don't forget your sides, you guys. Oh, that's a lot. Don't forget to get your sides. See, because the side is just, you know, the barn red. That's what we'll call it, barn red. Oh yeah, I'm so glad I thought of that. That's perfect. All right, so now I want to get a smaller, more detailed brush. Yeah, that's really good. And I want to be very purposeful in how I paint the rest of this. I feel like this bottom should also have the same dry brush situation going on. Also on the back. See, so that matches too. And then I'll do the sides as well with a dry brush. I might even paint those sides in solid so it has a very what's the word I'm looking for? Like a solid base. Like your eye really stops right there because there's a base right there. But what I'm talking about right now is doing this. I'm talking about going on all of these ridges and painting them solid and painting that ridge right there solid. So it has a base. Do you see what I mean by that? Yeah. Yes, please. So this is just a real pale yellow. It's perfect. Perfect. And now I'm going to come and I'm going to do, I might need an even finer brush for that work. It is a perfect match. I'm very happy about this. Come here, you. Yeah, that's like a super tiny brush. That's what I need for these smaller areas here, up here, okay? So I'm going to come and I'm going to paint that in solid. Doesn't this kind of stuff make you guys quiet? I get really quiet. It's like every inch of my concentration is on this so I don't mess it up. Yeah, see, so you get some love, love, love. Love it. If your paint is too thick to draw on those lines like that, sometimes the paint is too thick, add a little bit of water to it, and just thinning down your paint just ever so much will make it glide on those small areas so much easier. So I've added some paint to this, and or paint water, and now do you see how much easier that goes right on there? I didn't get a really straight line there, so I'm going over it again because the paint was too thick to kind of spread. So now I've got a really nice line there. And then I'll come up here and I'll do these two. These two are very close together, so they're a challenge. And then I'm going to do this top one. I'm going to do the top one right to the picture, I think. First I'll leave a little rim of red, and then I'll decide if I want to put it right to the picture or not. What do you think? Should I put it right up to the picture? Or I kind of like that little bit of red there. I think I'm going to leave it like that. So this is instead of gold. We're not going to put any gold on this. This is going to be, don't forget your sides, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll take this same yellow and I'll go around the corners. Not the corners, around the top. And I'll probably paint that in. See where it kind of went over? I think I'll probably paint that in too. You like the red? Okay, Linda, I was on the right track then. This little guy at the bottom looks a little ragged. And so I was talking about the little bubbles that you get from hot glues. See how they are like that? I like that. That gives it some texture and some dimension, and I like that. So I'm not going to poke that Spanish sunrise down into those places. Be a little more purposeful with this here. Oh, too much. Well, now I got to fill that part in. Okay. Your goal is to stay right on top, and if your paint is too watery, it will just float down into the recesses, and you don't really want that. At least I don't. Oh yeah, this is really making me happy. It grounds it. That's exactly right, Robin. I'm so glad that you guys are here to to help me find my words. Man, they're in there. I can't get them to come to the surface sometimes. I like to think it's because I have so much on my mind, but it's probably just that I'm probably kind of losing my mind, if I had to guess. But you know what? I've earned it. I've earned to be a little crazy. Oh, I love that with the yellow. It's just so good. Now I'm going to come down here on the base, and there's like little dots. I'm going to make those quite yellow. I just think it calls for that. And then we talked about painting the front part of the stand. Very solid. See, that gives it some nice oomph. And then I'm going to paint the very front solid yellow. Am I? Let's start on the back and see if we like it. Yeah, I think I do. I think I do. Hi Zita from Greece. That's my friend from Greece. And she's bought printables as well. I do love seeing more of the base of the printable and still seeing the top. Yeah, Karen, I'm so thrilled with the conversation I had yesterday with my new friend Susie, and she kind of inspired me, and it was it was worth the 4 hours I put in trying to figure out how to do it. But now I know, and I have the drag and drop template saved in my program, and so now it'll be now I just have to, with each collection, I'll have to size the actual print, you know. Yeah, I like that, the front end. I'll have to size the actual print, but the template is there. That was the hard part, was making the template. I've never done anything like that before, so. So it turns out you can teach old dogs new tricks. Yeah, I like that with the... Yeah, it looks good when it stands. That was the right call. This is going to be a beauty. And I'm thinking of putting something soft there, like some kind of a bow or a piece of raffia or something. I'm just not sure. Hi, Debbie. I'm just not sure. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I feel like this calls for a little something soft. Everything's like a hardscape right now. There's a, now I'm going down a rabbit hole. See that little rim that goes around the inside of that? I'm painting that too. Since I got my little tiny brush out, you can just lay it right, see on top of, see how that, you can just lay it right on top of there, and it works beautifully. Lay the brush right on there and drag it along. Oh, I just love these little stands. I can't wait to make one. I can't wait to make this one. Where is it? I'm gonna make this one and stand a snow globe in it and just make it just like a foofy, foofy, foofy. I don't know what printable I'm going to use yet. I think it's going to probably be something from the pink Victorian Christmas because those are very, very foofy. Yeah, that's my plan. So I'll just be making snow globes till the foreseeable future. You guys, they're so much fun. Remember when we went through that phase with cloches last year where I made, I don't know, dozens of cloches and loved making every single one of them. So the snow globe is this year's cloche. And you could also stand your cloche mold up in this, for sure. For sure. Let's put a little bit more detail here. Oh, I forgot that side. Perfect. Look at the glow on that. I'm just so happy with that. Yeah, I'm not putting any gold on this. Nope, 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 nope. So now we've got to paint this and not get a lot of yellow on the back, which I'm not sure how well I like my chances, but I'll give it the old college try. So if I kind of keep it a little bit to the front. And then run my finger along the back to make sure I'm not, yeah, see, that's nice. And then, yeah. It just blends the top. It makes the design look like it goes on even further than it really does. An optical illusion, if you will. Speaking of weird things, you know what we watched last night? I was just kind of cruising around on TV seeing what was what. And Twilight Zone. Remember Twilight Zone? And there's one particular Twilight Zone that just has stayed with me my entire life. And it's really the only one I really remember, like, a lot. And it was the second one we watched. Isn't that funny? Where the people have pig faces. And my husband had never seen it before. He kept saying, why aren't they showing their faces? I'm like, just wait. So there, that looks really nice with that top because it kind of just makes it go on forever, doesn't it? I am going to give this entire thing a coat of satin, Pink Couture satin top coat, because this paint's a little bit chalky looking and I want it to have like a nice glow. I don't want it to be like matte. I want it to have a not a gloss, but a glow. So I'll definitely be doing that. That looks good when you look down on it, like the base of it looks really nice. Do you remember the alien monster on the way of the airplane? I do, Robin. I do remember that one. See, I didn't think I remembered any others, but I do remember that one. Yeah, nobody would believe him. And now that we're thinking of it, there's another one that really super young Robert Redford was in, and he played Death, but he was so beautiful, it's like you weren't afraid of him. Yeah. Wow. Well, now see, I want to get in there with a really thin brush. Okay, going down a rabbit hole. Let's move on from that. I'm going to do a lot of cleanup work on this, okay? Because I see some things that make me not quite so happy. Like here and like right in there. I want to make that line more red. Excuse me. But I would seal this, and I talked about putting something a little soft on here. And raffia seems to be what I'm thinking of. Let's see if I can make this smaller. Wouldn't that look good with a little raffia bow on it? Because raffia is kind of not country. That's not the word I'm looking for, but rustic. I don't know if this is gonna... Oh, no! I pulled too hard. Come back. Fall through the walls. Oh, I've never seen that one, Linda, but I'm sure I will see it because we're going to be watching them, because it was really, like, we watch two at a time. It's like an hour, you know, and it's just cool. It's kind of nostalgic. It makes you think of when you were little, you know, and it's just kind of cool. And so many of them I haven't seen, you know. I can remember my sister making me watch them and me being scared to death. My sister was kind of mean, and she'd make me watch them. I was like, I don't want to watch them. It scares me. She goes, you gotta watch it. So I think if we cut that, what do you think? Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm going to do this. I like it because this is the same color as the yellow. I'm not absolutely married to it yet, but I'm thinking perhaps. What do you guys think of that? Let's do a little close up. I kind of like it. I like it because it's the same color. I'll tidy up the bow. It'll look nicer. Yeah, I kind of like that. Or, there's always options. You know how I love a good jute. Let's make a double jute bow and see what we think of that. Maybe that raffia is too much of that yellow color. Maybe. So let's make a double. Hi, Elizabeth. Let's make a double. See, jute. Jute looks really good with this too. So we'll make a double jute bow. I think this might be better because it picks up the color of the trees and stuff. I think this might be better. This is a lot of yellow. Don't hate it, but it kind of throws it a little bit off balance. So let's make a double jute bow. Here, I'm sorry. I've just taken jute, and I love jute. It has like little pieces of wood in it, and doubled it like this, okay? And then I'm going to tie a double bow. Thanks, Regine. So just a bow, just like this. And you make the bunny ears separate. And you pull these down. What do you think of that? I think I like that. Cut this off. And I'm going to leave that little twig on there because I love that. And then I'll take and I'll kind of fray the edges a little bit. kind of pull them apart. They're kind of twisted. Just kind of pull them apart. Come on, you. Sometimes you can just take it from the end and go like that and unwind it. There we go. Okay. Now the other side. So take it, and it's like wound one way. If you unwind it, you can separate. It's like two pieces wrapped around each other. Thank you, whoever that was. There, and then we get some nice dimension, texture. That's what I'm looking for. Now this guy looks crazy. He looks way too much. He's got a lot going on. We'll just trim him a little bit more. So if we went with that, yeah, I'm going to leave that little piece of wood on there because I think that's cool. I might pull the wood off because it's hanging in a weird place. Yeah, but I don't really want to lose it because it's cool. And maybe I'll like tuck it like down on one of these and give it some dimension. There. I like that. Don't you? Yay or nay? I like it. I'm putting it on there. This is really pretty. Okay. So I'm going to do a little touch-up paint, which I'm sure you guys don't want to sit and watch me do. Unless you do. If you want to stay, I'll do it on camera. I don't care. I don't care. You guys want me to do the little touch-up stuff and finish it all off? So I'm just rehydrating my little amount of Claire says yes. I have one yes vote. Here, I want a really, really thin little paintbrush. That's super thin. Wait, I have even thinner paintbrushes. These are paintbrushes I buy online, and they're eyeliner brushes, and boy, they come in handy for stuff like this. So now here's a, look how thin that is. Look at, I mean, it's made to put on eyeliner. Look how thin that is. Super thin. Let's use one of those. And I want it thin because, believe it or not, I want to get in between those two yellow pieces and make that red. It looks messy to me the way it is. So let's see if I'm asking for trouble or not. I think I'm probably asking for trouble. Thank you, Jeff. That's very nice. Okay, all right. I got a few of you that'll hang with me. So I want to lay that right in there. And just drag it along. And it'll do the work for you. See? So now it's a more defined red line. And it looks way better than that kind of murky situation we had going on. Hair sticking out of that. I'm going to clean up some of these little edges here. And it makes a difference. It really does. In your end result, I feel like the time you take to do this makes a really big difference. So really I'm just kind of making all of these red spaces more defined. This one up here is just so thin, it's hard to get a perfect line in there, but it's better than it was. There. This one's going to be, that one's going to give me trouble. I can already see it. Take your time and drag the brush. Let the brush do the work, okay? And just lay it in there. Your paint has to be fairly wet. And just drag it along and let the paint come off the brush by itself. Nice. So we've done those 3 top. Now we need to, I think that actually needs more yellow. And then I want to clean this up down here because this makes me crazy. Where I got that kind of overspill, you know. See, on both sides I got like that overspill. Don't like it. And then we can seal this all together and we can put our bow on and we'll just finish the whole thing on camera. How's that? Hi, Kelly. We're just down a rabbit hole right now, Kelly, with the tiniest brushes you can possibly use. We're just cleaning up our little snow globe here so it looks pristine. It got a little crazy because we weren't really sure what we were doing, so we're just kind of cleaning things up. Oh, come to mama. It's really good. I'm very happy. Now I want to go in here and clean that all up. See, it's endless. It's endless. All right, Carrie. Yeah, we did some cool things. I showed, you know, the stands that we can make now with the conservatory labels. A lady named Cindy over in the Creative Tribe thought of that, and I thought, brilliant. So we talked about that. If you don't have one, you can pre-order it on my page, a conservatory mold, that is. This won't take long. Famous last words. See, it's better. It's better. It's better. All right, Robin. See me Monday. I won't be on Monday, but we'll be on Tuesday in the private tin class, honey. All right, that looks good. And now I got to clean some stuff up on that base. It's kind of, see it? It's kind of not great. Man, you guys. I'm in Rabbit Hole City. Now, you see what I see? Like this here. That line has to be better. Oh, that's a tough one. All right, that's better. Okay, that makes me happier. Okay, I can live with that. Let's seal this, shall we? Let's quit playing around. Let's seal it. I'm just looking at my edges, make sure my edges are good. They're good. I'm glad I took the time to clean that up because it looks a lot better. Oh, that yellow and that red looks so pretty together. I'm very, very happy. All right, let's seal this bad boy. Here we go. I didn't use that. Put that away. Okay, I'm going to seal with Pink Couture Satin. That's my sealer of choice. Okay. Guess you don't have to be that far away. So we're going to seal the whole thing with that. I'm going to give it just a little kiss of heat. Dang it. I wish I hadn't looked at the back of this. Hold on. Because when I get ready to put that gold foil transfer on there, I'm not going to have this paint available to clean this up, so I have to do it now. Sorry. I'm going to use some of the gold transfer from, I think it's called Figgy and Flourish. It's a new transfer for the Christmas season. All right. Ugh. Bear with me. I think I need another one of those tiny eyelash brushes. And you get like a billion of them for like $6. And then if you forget to wash them, it's not the end of the world. You can just throw them away. I gotta find just the right one. That's the right one right there. All right, I'm gonna Is this wet still? Wet paint will drag better. And this little piece right here looks very messy to me, so I have to fix that or I won't be able to quit thinking about it. I'm not even on camera, sorry. Okay, there. I promise I'm done. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the walls like that you see like maybe in the Palace of Versailles or something, where everything's like so detailed but it's all painted out too. That's kind of what that reminds me of. Not that my work is on par with the Palace of Versailles, but you get what I'm saying, right? You feel me, right? All right, Victoria, stop. One more thing, I promise. This is usually the stuff I do off camera, you guys. This like small, intricate, crazy stuff. It's my off camera life. But you said you wanted to see it, so here we are. Okay. I really mean it this time. I'm committing. I'm putting my brushes in water. Let's give this a coat of Paint Couture Satin. Make sure everything is dry. You know, it's always something. There's always something, isn't there? It drives me nuts. You think you're all done and then you turn something over, you've sat it down in some paint. I try to be careful, but sometimes. All right, I can live with that. All righty. You like seeing how the sausage is made, Claire? How far did you get on your tin, Claire? Or have you started yet? Shoot, see what I did? I got a little bit of red on the yellow. That can't happen. It just so happens I have my little yellow brush right here, and I've got this right here. And I've put all this time and effort into this. I am not going to let that go. There, fixed. Okay, all right. Third time's a charm. I think we're done. Paint Couture Satin Top Coat. You get it from Robin. There's a link. You just finished priming it, ready to paint. How fun. It was fun yesterday. It went really well too. You know, it's kind of it's a little nerve-wracking on my end because I mean this, you know, this is free. This is like, yeah, whatever happens happens. But when when somebody actually pays me, I take it completely different. It's a whole different ball game. It's like, okay, I got to do this right. I got to look and sound professional. Yeah, it's a whole different ball game. But yesterday went so well, and I was really happy with our results, and I think everybody had a good time. I wanted to start with the tin because if I started with the journal, none of you would come back. That journal is a challenge. I'm not going to lie. But that's why you take a class, so you can learn something new. Right, Claire? Thank you, whoever that was. Or the back of that's a mess, but I'll fix that off camera. Maybe. I might just let it go. All right, come on, you gotta stop, Victoria. Let's seal this. We're gonna seal it with, I like the top coat satin. It doesn't make it glossy, but it gives it like a really pretty glow that I really like. So that's why I use it. So I'm just gonna come and right along here, seal the, we'll seal our barn first. And plus it's like putting a coat of clear nail polish over an old manicure. It just makes everything pop and look fresh, I think. Look how pretty that is. Very, very nice. Yeah, okay, I'm going to seal this entire thing, okay? Because I want the whole thing to have that nice glow. It goes on cloudy, it dries clear. Here, I just kind of do this little thing here, kind of push it down. Try not to leave it down in there to pool, but I want to get all the nooks and crannies. And then I'll go back in with my brush and I'll dig out any standing product. There, so now that'll be nice, and see, that whole thing will glow. Very nice. Now we'll do this bottom, our base, our stand that we made out of the conservatory mold, which I'm so thrilled about. See a lot of this in my future, you guys. I've already made like 15 tree ornaments. Like, I can't make any more tree ornaments, so I'm going to make more freestanding snow globes. And believe me, I got a lot of ideas because I got a lot of printables I still want to use. You know, I make them, and then I'm doing lives and I'm doing classes, and I don't get a chance to use all of them. So I have my little list of ones that I want to get to. And then I make new ones, and then the new ones go to the top of the list. And yeah, I'm pretty fickle. I like the newest, shiniest bauble. Oh, that one I'm working on right now with the robin redbreasts and the monarch butterflies. Oh, it's luscious. Luscious. Chrysanthemums. Chrysanthemums just scream fall, don't you think? Okay. So now that's all sealed. I'm going to seal around the top. I don't know how I'm going to, I guess I'm just going to let it sit like this. I'll kind of, oh good, Claire, I'm glad you liked it. I sensed a little apprehension the other day when we were texting, and I thought, oh, I hope she's not scared. I'm glad to hear that you're not. You're going to learn. That's why you took the class, to learn something new. Okay, so now we've got that edge done. I would like to do the back while I'm at it, because I'm going to put a pretty foil transfer back here. Gold. And put gold on the back. That would be pretty. Oops. Don't want that. What is that? All of them covered up anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. That will dry perfectly clear. I got a little fingerprint there, so I'll go like that. Done. We're done. Oh, except for the bow. We got to put the bow on it. You guys, it's not too late to join us for the Christmas Victorian altered tin. We finished our tin yesterday in class, so that class is all. If you join, that class is already there for you to enjoy. We finished this yesterday, so we've got the tin all finished, and then Tuesday we're going to start on the journals. So it was a lot of fun, and the lives will be there forever. You don't have to worry about that. We've got a workaround to Facebook's taking the lives down after 30 days. So now something just occurred to me. What if I made a bow with raffia, a little bit of raffia, and this stuff? What's this stuff called? Jute. Maybe that would look cool. Let's see. Oh, look, that just happens to be exactly the right length. Let's see if that's something. Oh, it's hard to work with shorter stuff. I always start out long and cut a bunch off. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a good bow, but just for, I like that. I like both of them in there. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Is this longer? I think this is all the raffia I have. I'm going to get a longer piece of jute. Scissors. Got them. Maybe 2 pieces of jute. 2 thin pieces of jute. Maybe it was just too thick trying to make it a double bow. Let's try this. So close. I think I did it. did do it. Yay me. I don't know if I love it, but we're going to find out in a minute. So I'm thinking maybe the raffia kind of stays in the background. Let's see if we're on the right track. I kind of like that. Now there's some brown and some yellow. Yes? No? I don't like it when things don't jump out at me and go, yes. Like I want that kind of response. I want like, oh yeah, that's exactly what should happen. This isn't doing that. And it's making me like anxious? No, that's not the word I want. Irritated. That's the word I want. It's irritating me that it's not just, you know, easy peasy. Place it and say, yeah, that's exactly what we want. I'm kind of nuts about bows, you guys. I love bows. Love, love, love bows. All right, let's see what we think of this. I'm going to lay this down. Well, not completely down, but what do we think of that? Wait. It's sticking up weird. It does kind of bring out the colors, right? It brings out the browns and it brings out the yellow in a nice way. Before, when it was just all yellow, I felt like it was too yellow. I like this. I like this. I think it's charming. I think it brings a little rustic bit to it. What do you think? Can I attach it? I can't attach it now because my hot glue gun is not plugged in, but let's take a vote. The 14 of you that are still here, give me a thumbs up. Do I got a thumbs up on this? I like it. I'm doing it anyway, just so you know. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's pretty. Very, very pretty. And it stands up. Oh, I'm so happy. Attach it. Okay. All right. I got one yes vote. I got 2 yes votes. I got a thumbs up from Claire. All right, I'm golden, you guys. This is definitely going on here, okay? But I gotta wait and fire up the glue gun. I didn't plug it in because I didn't think I would need it today. And I'll put this together and take a picture for reference, okay? And I'll probably put this up with the other ones for purchase tomorrow. Oh, I just love this. I think it's so, so sweet. All right. Can it get closer? Can it get a little bit closer? Yeah. It'll be better after I attach it because with the hot glue, I'll be able to make it more flat. Okay. And it'll be, yeah, I like that a lot. I like it. Margaret loves it. So I think that we're in. Regine says yes. Denise is all in. All right, you guys. It's a wrap. Thanks for being here. There's lots of find your word links in the beginning of this live that will take you all different places. One of the places it will take you is to pre-order the conservatory mold if you don't have it. A girl named Cindy over in the Creative Tribe didn't decide, she discovered that you can attach your snow globes to the conservatory mold and make your snow globes stand up, which is just, I could not be more in love with this situation. So I'm going to pre-order them. You can pre-order, and I'll be ordering on Wednesday, so whoever's pre-ordered by Wednesday will get one, and it'll take about a week to get to you, okay? And then you'll, if you don't already have it. It's a fairly old mold. I don't want to buy a bunch and just have them sit there, so I need to do a pre-order, okay? All right. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys so much. I will see, I won't see anyone tomorrow. I'm kind of taking, well, I'm not taking a day off, but I'm going to put all my snow globes up for purchase and do some more work on my printables. And then Tuesday we'll be live. Charlene and the rest of you ladybugs will be live in the Altered Tin class, and we're going to start on our journal. Oh yeah, super cute. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate all of you a lot, and thanks so much for the support on my printables business. I'm very, very appreciative. I'll see you soon. Bye.